Time Lord Paramara Guru Parvadma Vishnu Parastatra Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Sai Maharaj. Secondly, I offer my Sastangan Pranam Thousand Lord Mashi Rupa and Gauriya Guru Varga. And I offer my Sastangan Pranam unto all the Sambhur Vaishnavas and Vaishnavas. Today, under the guidance of Hari Guru Vaishnavas, we are celebrating Sri Ramanujacarya's disappearance day. So, even though we are in the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, you can see that so many of the teachings that have been established by Ramanujacarya in Sampradaya are also observed and practiced in our Sampradaya. So ultimately, the four Vaishnava Sampradayas is the Sampradaya Vihanaya Mantaste Nishvalamata Sri Brahma Ruddha Sanaka Vaishnava Akshiti Pavana. These four Sampradayas are Vaishnava Sampradayas. Vaishnava means one who is a devotee of Lord Vishnu, devotee of Lord Shri Krishna. And the foundation for all these Sampradayas is the same. That is Shuddha Bhakti, pure devotion. Only when there's, but due to some difference in the Upasya Tattva or the object of worship, therefore the Sampradayas that have been divided into these four categories. The Ishtadev or the worshipful objects, there is some variation there. But the foundation of these Sampradayas we can see is still pure devotion. Whether it's Ramanujacarya, Madhva, Vishnu Swami, Nimbarikya, Shuddha Bhakti, which is free from any taints of karma, gyan, should not remain there. Sometimes it may be that some of these elements may in some form creep into the Sampradaya. But they don't define the Sampradaya itself. Because the Sampradaya gives shelter to so many countless jivas. And the jiva is independent and he may take to the path of karma, he may take to the path of jnana. But ultimately, when we look at Sri Ramanujacarya, Madhvacharya, Vishnu Swami, the idea that, and our Guru Varga, the idea that they set, the examples they have established, that is what defines the pure teachings and the mood of that Sampradaya. And the Sri Sampradaya is very, very special Sampradaya. You can see out of the four Sampradayas today, it is of course Mahaprabhu's Achintya Beda Beda Tattva. The Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya is the most prominent. And apart from that, you can see that Madhva Sampradaya and the Ramanuja Sampradaya, they are very, very strong. You can go to South India, even today, more than 2,000 years have passed, but still the same traditions that have been established by Sri Ramanujacharya, still today in the same way they're doing those same worships, the same pujas, everything. And even those principles we have adopted into our own Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. It was Gopal Bhatta Goswami himself. He was born in Sri Rangam as a follower of Sri Ramanujacharya. His father Venkata Bhatta, Trimala Bhatta, uncle, they're all in that Sampradaya. Then only by Mahaprabhu's association they became attracted to Madhurya Ras, Radha Krishna's worship. But all those teachings, everything was compiled by Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and then with the help of Sanatana Goswami, then the Hari Bhakti Vilas, and books like Satkir Sarjipika, Samskar Dipika, all these things were established. And these are the basis for our Pancharatrik Vidya. Therefore there is so many similarities between the rules and regulations between Sri Sampradaya and our Sampradaya. And especially in modern times, Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he painstakingly collected all the different teachings of the Acharyas. We heard the Vaishnava saying, Ramanujacarya, 108 instructions. Some of these instructions were published by Gurudev in the Harmonies. There are many nice things describing what mood one should do Vaishnava Seva. When I said that one should be in the Sevak, not the Sevya. Sevya is who? The Vaishnavas of Sevya, Bhagavan is Sevya. They are worshipful. And we take the position of the Sevak. And it is the duty of the Sevak to worship and serve the Sevya. That is Thakurji and the Vaishnavas. So there, one should not look at the faults of the Vaishnavas. If any Vaishnava in their body, in their activity, some fault may be there, one should not gossip and speak about those to others. So this kind of gossip, this kind of prajalpa will be very harmful to your devotion and to others. Rather, one should not see the faults. Rather, and Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada echoed this same mood. He said that rather than finding faults in others, find faults in yourself. He said, this is my personal instruction. It's my personal desire that you follow this instruction. Don't look at others people's faults, but correct yourself. Because Kaler dosha nidhe rajan asti heta mahadguna kirtanat eva krishnasya mukta sangha paramrit. This Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults. Look, if you go to the ocean, you can understand how big the ocean is. You cannot understand how deep it is. You cannot understand how far the shore is. It is endless. And this Kali Yuga is like that, full of faults. And we are drowning in that ocean of material existence. In other words, we are full of faults. Then why look at the faults of others? For Ramanujacarya said, don't criticize, don't look at the faults of other Vaishnavas. And he said, don't sing songs that are praising demigods. Oh, so many 33 crore demigods here and there. Don't sing their songs and praise them. Right? Because they cannot ultimately help you in any way. They can give you dharma, artha, kama, all these things. But even moksha they cannot give. And ultimately they are also servants of the Lord. If you serve the Lord and sing the praise of the Lord, the demigods, they will become happy. Don't spend your time doing these things. And many nice instructions Ramanujacarya gave regarding Vaishnava Seva. How to honor and respect Vaishnavas, senior Vaishnavas. And 108 different instructions have been mentioned there. Therefore, Mahaprabhu, when he took different ingredients from all the sampradayas, then he took this specific quality from Ramanujacarya, Vaishnava Seva. And this Ramanujacarya in his own life he exemplified. When they wanted to make him Acharya, we heard, this katha, Yamunacharya his possession was going. He came for his darshan. He never had darshan of him. He only heard about his Gurudev. Finally, when he came for his darshan, he was already left this world. But his fingers, 3 fingers were closed. Then he said, I'll take sannyas, and 1 finger open. Then he said, I'll establish Pancharatri Vidhi everywhere. 2nd finger open. I'll establish Pancharatri Vidhi. And 3rd, I'll write commentary on Vedanta Sutra and Bhakti Sutra. Actually, Brahma Sutra, it is Bhakti Sutra. It is establishing Bhakti as the ultimate dharma of the jiva. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam says that Arthayam Brahma Sutranam Bharatartha Vinirnaya Gayatri Bhashya Rupaso Ved Artha Paririmmita Astadasa Sahasrasa Srimad Bhagavatamida. And there Bhagavatam says clearly, Savai Pumsa Paro Dharmo. Yato Bhaktir Adokshaja Ahoituki Apratihata Yi Atma Supashiliti Paradharma. The ultimate dharma for all of mankind is what? Is Ahoituki Bhakti. Unalloyed devotion. So this, when Ramanujacarya said, I'll write a commentary on this Bhakti Sutra, this Vedanta Sutra, then his 3rd finger opened and everyone was astonished. In other words, his Gurudev was, Samadhi means what? Samadhi. Once the intelligent is Sama, becomes equal or completely absorbed with the eternal passion of the Lord. In other words, one enters into the Leela of the Lord and therefore one enters into the service of the Lord and therefore one has no time to interact with the happenings in this world. Then that time the Acharya speaks in the Samadhi. And Ramanujacarya's Samadhi is Jivan Samadhi. They never covered him with earth. They put him there. Even today you go, you can still see him sitting there. In his original form. In his Samadhi. There in Srirangam. With the Vaishnava we had the chance to go there. You can see his eyes, everything. His Samadhi is open. You can have his darshan there. So this is because he is absorbed in performing his bhajan. So Ramanujacarya, by interacting with Ramanujacarya, he showed this thing. Then they all wanted to make him Acharya. He said, no, I cannot take this position yet. I will accept this responsibility. But first, I will have to do some sadhana, some seva. Then each of his godmothers he served. Goshti Purna and this Ranga Purna and this Kanchi Purna and Mahapurna, Shaila Purna, all of them he served. Spent 1 year, 2 years learning from them, hearing from them, serving them. And after he performed all this Vaishnava Seva, then he said, now that I have, because if you serve Guru, but you do not serve the Vaishnavas, you serve Bhagavan but don't serve his Parikar devotee, then Bhagavan will never be pleased, Guru will never be pleased. Therefore, in order to please his Gurudev, then he performed this service. He showed this ideal example, and then he took up that responsibility. Then he began establishing Pancharatrik Vidhi, he began writing Bhakti, all Bhakti Granthas, and he took sannyas, and he preached everywhere. From not only South India, all the way up to North India he went. We know how he went all the way to the north, and he wanted to get this Bodha and Bhashya. But then the Pandits there, they came in, they caught him as they were leaving. He had left and they came in the night and caught him. Hey, you cannot take this Bhashya. He wanted to use that as the foundation for his Sri Bhashya. Then Ramanujacarya was lamenting, I was unsuccessful. That commentary is very unique. I wanted to use that as a basis to write my commentary. And the disciple, his sevak that was with him, Quresh said, don't worry, Gurudev. I have read that entire commentary while we were there, and I have memorized it, page by page. I will recite it and you write your commentary. That Bodha and Bhashya became the basis of the Sri Bhashya. So even he went to Puri, and there he saw, the Daitapatis. They are like, you can consider like if this Gundicha Mandir is like Braj, and the Daitapatis they are like Brajvasis. And they serve Jagannath with that mood, offering fruits and flowers, many nice milk products. And then they also, like the Brajvasis, they will sometimes fight with Jagannath. Like Sridham, Sudam, Subha, they will fight with Krishna. I am the winner, you are not. And so the Daitapatis, they will sometimes abuse Jagannath, they will fight with him. But they are serving with love, in a very unorthodox manner. And sometimes they may have very curious habits. Some of the pandits, maybe they are even eating fish, this, that, doing so many things. Ramanujacarya came and said, what is this? How is they serving Jagannath? No Pancharatrik Vidhi, nothing. No discipline, no regulation. So I will fix everything, don't worry. So that was his mission. Bhagavan had inspired him in the heart to do all these things. So I thought, I will do this here. Then the Daitapatis and Pandit, everyone, they were like, where is he coming from here, disturbing everything? They were like worried. And they were praying to Jagannath. Then Jagannath overnight took Ramanuja, his entire bed, sent him to Kurmachala, putting him inside an old Kurma temple. But that Kurma deity was so covered with dirt and things, it looked like a Shiva Linga. When Ramanujacarya woke up, then he saw, where am I? This is not Puri, there is no ocean here. Then he said, alas, I am inside a Shiva temple. He said, I'll have to give up my life. Because that time there was a great rivalry between the Shaivites and the Sri Sampradaya Vaishnavas. The Shaivites, many of them, they are these Ahangra Upasanas. They are like Mayavaris. Shivoham, they are worshipping, first they are worshipping Devi. And then after they become Shiva, first they are worshipping Devi as their mother. Oh Mata, my mother, universal mother. Then they say, I am Shiva. Then now their mother becomes their Devi, their consort. Then, like all these nonsense things they are doing. So the Ramanujacarya said, no, better we stay far away from these Shaivites. Said, if a tiger is chasing you and you need to protect your life by running into a Shiva temple, said, better you stay outside and let the tiger eat you and die. Don't enter the Shiva temple. If there's a forest fire and you need to take refuge in the Shiva temple to protect your life, it's better you burn alive than taking refuge in Shiva temple. That's how strong. Even today you go to this Kanchipuram. There is one Vishnu Tala and Shiv Tala. Shaivites one temple and Vishnu one temple. Two big temples next to each other, always fighting there. When Mahaprabhu came there, he laughed. He said, this rivalry between the Sri Vaishnavas and the Shaivites, this is going on for such a long time. Mahaprabhu was amused to see. So much competition, they both have nishtha in their own Ishtadev in that way. So, Ramanujacarya, he preached everywhere. And today you can see how this influence of the Sri Sampradaya is spread everywhere. And even the foundation of all our puja, everything, all these teachings have come from Sri Ramanujacarya. And therefore, following in the footsteps of Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur, you can see in the Braj Pattan, there 4 acharyas, their murtis have been established around the teaching. Srila Gurudev, wherever all his temples you will find the murals of the four acharyas on his walls. The pictures of the four acharyas you can find in all Gaudiya Vaishnava temples. Here in Radhakunj also you will see everywhere. Because this four sampradaya vihinaya mantras tenishvara. Without being connected to these authentic lines, with authentic sampradayas, no one can get any deliverance in this Kali Yuga. One cannot make 1 inch of advancement at all. So we are indebted to these sampradayas. And the gradual progression of Sanatana Dharma, Jaiva Dharma is described to be like a lotus. In Satya Yuga, in the teachings of Prahlad Maharaj and others, it's like a closed lotus. Then slowly, as we progress through the ages, through the different sampradayas, the lotus is opening. From the teachings of Ramanujacarya, Giridhari, Vishnu Swami, Madhvacharya. Now that Mahaprabhu come and spread this Braj Bhakti, this Braj Prem everywhere, it's like a fully open, blossoming lotus, and its fragrance is spreading all over the world. So today is a very auspicious day. We are celebrating the disappearance day of Sri Ramanujacarya, praying to the Lord Sri Guru Paramatma that we may be able to follow in his footsteps and imbibe these teachings in our life. And this way we will be able to please them in this way. Vancha kalpatarvasya pasam devaja vatanam bhavanam.